Today on Sugar Spun Run, I'll be showing you how to make cookie dough dip. Hey Sugar Spun Bakers, Sam here, and today I am so excited to be sharing another super easy, but also carefully tested and well-researched and perfected recipe. This one really is easy. I'm not sure that you guys need a video for today's recipe, but I'm really glad to be hanging out with you today, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, for today's recipe, we are making a cookie dough dip, and cookie dough dip isn't a thing without flour. So the first ingredient that I want you to prepare is 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Now, because of risk of E. coli in uncooked flour, we do want to heat treat this. Since it's such a small amount, I'm not going to make you turn on your oven to cook it. I am just going to recommend you put it in a microwave safe dish, and we're just going to pop it in the microwave for 10 to 15 seconds until the internal temperature reaches above 165 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see, I'm just using my instant read thermometer, and we are well above the required temperature, so this is good to go. I like to prepare this first because you don't want to use the flour while it's hot. It could end up melting your dip. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a stir to keep it from clumping too much and to help cool it down a little faster. We're going to set that aside for now. You're going to need a large bowl to combine today's ingredients, and we are going to be starting with 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. Just go ahead and add that to the bowl. We'll also be adding 1/2 cup of unsalted butter. Again, this should be softened as well. You want both of these ingredients to be softened just about to room temperature. That way, when you cream everything together, you don't have any lumps remaining in the cream cheese. Now, of course, we are going to need some sugar, and I find that brown sugar is really key to giving this cookie dough dip its classic cookie dough flavor. Now, you'll need 3/4 cup of firmly packed brown sugar. You can use all light brown sugar if you'd like, but to enhance the flavor of the dip even a little bit more, I like to use half light brown sugar and half dark brown sugar. So it's 3/4 cup total. I just like to kind of eyeball it, and half of that is light and half of that is dark. We'll also add 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, if your butter and cream cheese are soft enough, you can certainly mix this recipe together by hand, but today I am just going to be using my electric mixer. Make nice quick work out of everything. Cream everything together until you have no lumps remaining. You want to make sure the brown sugar is pretty well broken up. You may see a few lumps here and there from that. That's pretty normal. You can press them out with your spatula if you'd like. But you want the butter and cream cheese to be nice and creamy. And oh my gosh, we almost forgot our salt. You want to add 1/4 teaspoon of either table salt or fine sea salt to the dip as well. We'll mix that in as well. All right, so once you have everything combined, we'll go ahead and grab our flour. Now you wanna make sure it is cool because if it's still warm, it could melt your dip. And when you heat treat flour, it has the tendency to try to kind of clump a little bit. So I like to grab just a fine mesh strainer or sifter, and I'm just gonna run the flour through that. You can tap it against your hand to shake the flour through, and you can see there are clumps remaining. So you can just use a spatula or a spoon to just work those through, because as you're working them through the strainer or the sifter, you're gonna break up the flour. You just wanna make sure you get all of that in there. And then all you have to do is stir in that flour until it is completely combined. All right, chocolate chip cookie dough would not be a thing without chocolate chips. So we are going to be adding a 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips. While you could use regular sized chocolate chips, I prefer the mini because they're just distributed a lot more evenly through the dip. It just makes it nicer to bite into the dip when you put it on your graham cracker or whatever you're dipping. We'll fold these in until the chocolate chips are nicely combined. All right, this looks fantastic. I'm just going to go ahead and pour it out into a serving dish. And then just to make things look extra nice, I'm just gonna sprinkle a few chocolate chips on top for decoration. Maybe a little bit more than a few. And that is how you make this super easy, super creamy cookie dough dip with no raw eggs and with safe to eat heat-treated flour. I really hope you guys enjoy this recipe as much as I do. If you try it out, please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I always love hearing from you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Graham crackers. Graham crackers are great with this dip. So good.